it's Doris with all the books, and I am here in the camper once again bringing you one of my favorite videos of the entire year. I love watching these and I love thinking about my own. Yes, it's the goals and plans for the new year. 2019 is going to be fun. So, just jumping right in, I would, we're still in sunny Florida, and I would take you outside to see the beauty and film out there. But my brother-in-law is putting away his Christmas lights and it's a wee bit loud. So let's just get to this. My first goal of 2018, or plan, these aren't really, I guess they're goals. Some are goals and some are plans. This is a plan. My first plan is to go with themed reading months like I did last year. That worked fabulously for me and I love it. I have already filmed one video about that for January. My reading is centered around Korean and Japanese literature. And yeah, so I will link that one below. February is always Black History Month. March is always my birthday. April, Women's Prize for Reading. Let's see what else we have. May, I just added this one this morning. Mel from Mel's Bookland Adventures has a new project for 2019 about reading through time. So I'm going to tie that in with the Walter Scott Prize for Historical Fiction. And there's a bingo board and everything from Mel. And I think Eve's Alexandria as well. So I will link that as well below so you can get in on that if you're interested. June is the Reading Women Challenge. I did that last year, low-key, and it wasn't an official goal, but this year it is. Such great prompts with that one. I will try to connect you with that one below as well. Okay, September is Hispanic Heritage and the National Book Award. October is Victober, obviously, and Spookathon. November, Nonfiction November. And December is Vlogmas. And I added Cloak and Dagger this past year because I always try to do Spookathon and fail because I'm so immersed in Victober. So that gives me a backup plan for all those mysteries and thrillers. So, love that. I did it last year. Big success doing it again this year. My second goal or plan is to revisit my book hauls from 2017, which is 2 years ago, my first year on BookTube. I'm not going to go into details about that because I've already made a video of it as well, which I will link below. And I'm going to continue with my TBR talks as well because those are really fun for me, and I like thinking about that. Yes. Okay, then plan number 3 is to read 12 nonfiction tomes. So I played around with lots of ideas with this one. I was thinking about reading a Harlem Renaissance novel or book every month. I had created a list of all those books. Why haven't I read that yet? And I created a list of tomes, not just nonfiction, but just all these big books that I have on my shelves that I haven't read. And I just really have to stay away from all these little nitpicky lists. They're great and they work for some people, but I just find them kind of tedious for me over the course of a year. So I control myself there because I don't have to read all of the Harlem Renaissance books this year. So I have acquired a few recently and will incorporate those into February with Black History Month, as well as my, bookshelf with my Black History Month TBRs, and just read through those over the year. And then the tomes, the fiction tomes, as well as Why Haven't I Read That Yet, all those books, a lot of those are going to naturally come up in the course of the year as I look at my hauls from 2017. So those will happen naturally anyway, all those. The reason I'm keeping the nonfiction tomes is that one of my goals for last year was to familiarize myself with nonfiction authors, which I definitely did. I found a lot of nonfiction authors that I really love, and I found a lot of nonfiction works that I'm excited to read and that I've acquired, and a lot of those are really big. And since I've gotten those in the last year, or even the last 6 months, they're not going to be in those 2017 hauls, obviously. So I do want to focus on some of those. So I'm going to look for, try to encourage myself to read maybe one a month of those bigger nonfiction books. So there we go. And then the Reading Women's Challenge and Mel's new project I already mentioned. Okay, number 5 is a biggie, and this is definitely a goal. I want to get my physical TBR size down to the amount of books that I read this year. I've decided that's a manageable goal, and that's what I'm shooting for. So my current TBR size from, sorry, it's hot in Florida. My current TBR size for this past year was 232 books, and fingers crossed I'll maintain it. I'm pushing it to the wire with these last 3 days, but we'll see. So, but somewhere around 232 is where it's going to be to start out 2019. And I'm not sure how many books I'll have read. I was right around 170 when December started, so I'm going to need to buy 30 or 40 less than I read, if that makes sense. So, but anyway, the goal is whatever I finish out my year this year at, if I get to 2080 or 2090, I want to get my TBR down to that size for next year. Makes sense to me anyway. Very excited about that. I don't know if excited is the right word, but anyway. And then let's see, from last year one of my goals was to read 52 books. Obviously that wasn't a problem, and I'm not even going to put a numerical goal. It's just not necessary. Another goal was to get bookshelves, and if you've watched recently, I think a couple months ago, I rearranged my craft room and made it more of an office/library craft room, and made more space on my old library table so that I could hold more books. So it alleviated my need for new bookshelves, and I really like the arrangement. I saved myself money, so yay. So I'm good with that for a year or two. We're good, we're good. And let's see, another goal from last year was to read some specific classics by author. So I had Anthony Trollope, which I did. I read 4 of the Barchester Towers series. Faulkner, I didn't touch those 3 that I wanted to read, but I think those will come up naturally. I'm going to finish the Trollope and start another series because I love him. He's my favorite. And the Faulkners will come up naturally in my haul revisits. Jane Austen, I have read, I have 2 left of hers. One I own, and I still have to buy the other. But I'm almost done with Jane Austen, so I'm good there. And then there was a fantasy series that Robert Jordan, and I did start that, so I'm good there. And then Steinbeck, I'm trying to read all of his works, and I read several more, including East of Eden, but I'm not done with that. So I'm carrying all those over into 2019, but I'm pleased with my progress there. And then the last one is, last year I had some videos that I wanted to make, like videos if I'd read 3 or more books by an author, or pairing 2 books that kind of went together well, or some of my specific collections, like I just did a video on my B-book collection. And I think I did maybe 1 of those of each over the course of the year, but I just didn't feel like doing them. I never got around to it. And also, I had this idea to do Vlogmas in July, and July came around and I just didn't feel like it. But then December came back around and I have nailed Vlogmas to the wall this month. I'm almost like, I'm trying for 31 days and I think I'm going to hit it. But anyway, I've discovered that I need to stick to my lack of consistency with booktube and video making, because that really works for me. I don't need any structure with my videos. This is just fun. So if, gosh, it's getting hot again. If I'm in the mood, I'm going to make videos, and if I'm not, I won't. So no structure. No structure with my booktube life. I am, though, I have myself penciled in as maybe hosting a readathon. I have in my mind one that I might want to do in August if I'm in the mood. So anyway, those are my goals. I'm very excited. I have 3 more days of 2018 to plow through, and I want to enjoy the rest of this year, but very much looking forward to 2019. I hope you are too. I am so enjoying all of the new goals and projects and plans, and it's so fun, so fun. My favorite time of the year. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have big goals for 2019 that include being a happy person. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!